In this episode, we sit down with Sara Howley, one of the newest players drafted into the AFLW and a proud Geelong local. Today, we'll talk with her about her journey from grassroots sports to being selected as pick 4 for the GWS Giants in the AFLW draft. Sara shares insights into her inspirations, the process of being drafted, the challenges of balancing training with studies, and her excitement about embarking on this new chapter in Sydney. Whether you're an aspiring footballer wanting to understand the process of being drafted or simply a sports enthusiast, this episode provides a blend of inspiration, behind-the-scenes stories, and education on the pathway. Sara, welcome to you.
Absolutely. Welcome, and thank you for coming into Geelong Sports Medicine Centre.
No, thank you for having us.
Quickly, you have been described as a dynamic, highly regarded midfielder for your speed and your lateral movements and your versatility. And you've been very consistent over the last few years, I believe. Right?
Yeah, no, that's a very...
Absolutely.
Got you drafted,
nice,
Sara.
No, that's a very
This
nice
is the most thing
introduction.
about Sara. She's the most humble, level-headed sports lady that you've probably come across.
Yeah.
She's been a member up here at the gym, been doing her rehab, prehab, everything like that,
Yeah.
and
pretty much
is
everything.
just blends into the fabric of Geelong Sports Medicine. So it's a real credit to you.
No, thank you so much. I'll
So-
definitely take that.
So Falcons,
Yep, Falcons,
Newtown,
Newtown Chilwell.
Geelong College,
Yep.
back-to-back All-Australian.
Yeah, lucky enough. In
Yep, lucky enough.
academy
Yep.
with the Vic Country, that was
Absolutely.
good 2 years.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, it's a fantastic achievement.
Isn't it?
And then drafted to the GWS Giants.
Yes.
this year.
Yeah,
Exciting.
in the orange team. Yeah, no,
The
it's
orange
really
team.
good.
Yeah, the colour is probably not overly flattering, but
Oh, no,
I'm
embracing
sure you'll
it.
wear it
100%
with pride.
embracing it. Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
new favourite colour. So, yeah.
You've done well. You've done very, very well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel hearing some of that stuff, Sara? Like back-to-back All-Australian, you drafted at pick number 4 in the country. As Nick said, very humble, and I can tell that straight away. But how does that sit with you?
Yeah,
hearing that?
I just feel like you don't really have much time to reflect, to be honest. Like, hearing that is probably the first time I've really heard it. Like, you get their awards throughout the year, but to sort of sit back now and look at what I've achieved is, something I'm, very, very happy for. Definitely hasn't even sunk in yet though. So, yeah.
So you're back in Geelong. You're off to Sydney shortly.
Yeah.
You've been there for 2 or 3 weeks. Tell us about the process. As soon as your name gets called out, Sara, what happens from there? What have you been doing?
Yeah, so sort of just doing my own thing, sort of training. Like, obviously you get heaps of calls and messages and, sort of feel the support from the club. But, went up to Sydney with the family about 2 weeks ago now, sort of stayed there for 4 days and, got a tour of the club and a few girls, which was really good. Met some of the coaches as well. So, sort of been doing my own thing in Geelong, but it was nice to have that visit. And then obviously, in about 2 weeks, a little bit less than that, I'll, make the big move up to Sydney. Yeah.
So on the actual night that you got drafted.
Yeah. Oh, on the actual night, what happens?
What happened? Did you take your grandfather, your grandmother, your dad, your brother?
Yeah,
everyone? A few friends from school?
Yeah, it was a big night. So you got about, I think it was like 9 invites. So I took my entire family,
awesome.
grandparents, sisters, mum and dad, and then I took 3 school friends as well, which was, pretty surreal. So obviously spent the actual draft night with them, but then straight after went to a bar, I think it was called Platform 28 or something.
It's in the Crown Casino? Or
Like right near Marvel.
Yep.
Had a few drinks with the Giants coaches and staff, which was pretty fun. And same as a few other friends actually came up as well from school. So we had about 10, I think I had 10 friends from school up there. We also had a hotel. But after the bar, we went to Sophie McKay's house, who got drafted to Carlton. There was like 10 of us draftees there. It was pretty fun.
That's pretty
Wow.
And all my friends came to Sophie's as well. So
Did you have all your kit on? Your
everyone
your
did.
merch?
Yeah, we had all
Footy
the
boots?
jumpers there. No footy boots. No footy boots. But it was a great night. And then sort of just went to the hotel after that, and then the next morning had media, which was definitely an experience in itself. But
And you're learning in media. This is your second podcast, you were saying?
I think I did one with Craft of the Draft. I don't know if you've heard of them, but second podcast, so it's a good experience to do something different.
And do they train you up in that? Do the Falcons train you up? Do you have media training? Do you GWS obviously going to take you through that whole cycle of media training?
Definitely need some, but
Doing a great
You're
job.
doing all right. You're doing fine. I think we need some.
you sort of just learn, I think, throughout the
Experience.
years and so the junior years doing stuff like this, or whether it just be like photo shoots or just meeting new people. I think you sort of just learn those sort of personal lessons, and then I'm sure we'll get some media training in some capacity over the first few years.
What an exciting experience for her.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It was.
Let's take you back, Sara. birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. We remiss of us. We didn't get that in the intro.
Yeah, we didn't get an invite.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
Platform,
invite.
was it
Missed.
Platform 28? We should have gone in there.
Yeah.
But take us back. So your inspirations growing up, what's your earliest memories of footy and what was it that you really resonated with about the sport?
Yeah, I think, growing up being a Geelong supporter, I think those first 3 premierships I think I would have been 1 when they won the first one. So I don't remember that. But I think my earliest footy memory is one of my best friends, Lexi. We went to, I think it was like that training right before the grand final that they do down at GMHBA. In 2011, I think that was my first memory of footy, and then watching them win that year. I think that's probably brought me into footy, and then just growing up with a footy family in general. Everyone gets around it. Grand final's a massitive deal in my household every year, so it's been great.
So always had a footy in your hand?
Pretty much. I didn't actually start playing till I was actually 12, so probably a bit later than some of the other girls in the draft. But always loved growing up. Just never really played, I guess. That's just how it was, I guess. Just doing netball, and then the club offered both, so that's how I sort of got into it a little bit.
And it has involved women's footy, hasn't it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think I started in the second year that they sort of offered a girls team down at Newtown Chilwell, and then to see the growth even from the first year of AFLW to now, it's been great to see.
Did you do Auskick?
I didn't do Auskick,
right.
no, nothing. I've always kicked the footy with Dad in the backyard, and even my sisters will give it a go as well. So.
And your old man's pretty good?
Oh, he likes to think so, but he's pretty good. He likes to think he can go left and right kick.
Yeah, right.
So he's good.
Yeah, fair enough. So no Auskick into year
year 6.
Year 6, 7 into Newtown football.
Yep. Did that for about obviously up until now, but probably stopped playing with them in about year 10 just because of my school commitment. So started school footy in year 9 with a group of friends as well from there, and then was lucky enough to do Falcons from a pretty early age, about 14, 15 in year 9 as well. So
right.
Yeah.
And school footy, tell me about the school footy.
Oh, it was lots of fun.
Play with your mates?
Yeah, 100%. I think a couple of days ago I was saying I wish I could go back. It was, so much fun. I think the best footy memory from that time was definitely the Derby Day. Yeah, right. In year 11, we got the win over Grammar, and that was sort of
Geelong
the main...
College versus Geelong Grammar. Oh, massive deal.
Massive deal. It was our home ground as well. So,
perfect.
That was the first time that the girls were sort of in Div 1 together. Probably the biggest deal that they've made of it so far. And, just to see the same sort of camaraderie last year was great to see. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
And Kaz is a good coach?
Yeah. No, he gets around the girls and is definitely one of the most passionate coaches I've seen. So it's good to see, and I'm sure they'll go far this year as well.
Good stuff.
So with with Newtown and obviously Grammar as well and college, who are some of these people that you see around town that have been a really big inspiration for you? You mentioned Kaz. Who else is in those circles?
I think, probably initially to start off with that Newtown Chilwell, definitely Nigel Lappin's been one. Still good friends with him and talk to him, and he definitely gives me lots of advice and still lean on him as one of my mentors. So really lucky to sort of establish that relationship really early in my career, and he's definitely been massive. And then obviously there's heaps of good coaches and good people at Newtown Chilwell just in general. That club it's given me a lot. So
you
very
play
grateful.
a bit like Lappin, don't you?
Like to think so. He won a few premierships. So no, I've never seen him play, but I've only heard good things.
He's probably similar concept to you. Ran with the ball, very versatile.
Yeah.
Good on both feet.
Thank
and
you.
And quick. Probably not so much now, but he's...
he was brilliant. And that Brisbane era was absolutely fantastic to watch coming through. They had good footballs everywhere. He was a massive part of it too. Talk us about what you think your skill set is, Sarah. What do you think you bring to the table?
I think I just sort of touched on before, probably my speed and agility when I've got the ball, and then hopefully when I don't have the ball as well. It's definitely something I take pride in, and then probably my endurance as well, being sort of a runner before actually starting footy. I think that probably put me in good stead for, the aerobic sort of side of footy, I guess, and then, obviously my skills as well. I like to think I'm a pretty good kick. So, say those.
And you've been doing your fitness training from GWS program, or you're doing your own program that you've known? Yeah,
sort of called the S&C guy, Scott, a couple of weeks ago, and he's sort of given me an own program, but you sort of do it on your terms a little bit, you can decide when and where you do it. So, I've just been chipping away myself.
Harder than what you've been doing in the past?
You sort of choose your intensity, but I think I've definitely trained a lot harder now, but obviously wanting to just manage that because obviously going into a big preseason, don't want to cook yourself in the first half of the year. So, Now, going from Falcons, Geelong College footy to senior women's football, how's the body going to hold up? I think would probably look to do a few VFL games at the start of the year just to, have that adjustment because I've never actually had that exposure to the bigger body. So definitely will be a step up. Sort of expecting that a little bit, but we'll definitely rely on the support of the club and everyone has that experience and hopefully that'll put me in good stead.
Nervous?
Probably more excited. I think different
awesome.
challenge. You spend so much time in those junior programs and sort of play against those similar bodies, I guess. Sizes, but no, it'll be a great challenge and I'm looking forward to it.
Been doing any work upstairs here, Sarah? When you're in Geelong, do you come upstairs and do a bit of work in the gym?
Oh, all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great. Great facility. Got everything I need. I'd like to see a few of my friends go to the gym as well. So it's been good to see some friendly faces around. But it's great. That's pretty much where I do all my gym. So in there probably most days I'd say, if not every day, every second day. So yeah.
And you've been lucky with injuries? Because injuries become a massive factor when it comes to AFL football, VFL football, whatever sort of football you're doing. But injuries can either make or break you. And obviously you've done pretty well over that period of time, stringing games together, getting selected in your Falcons, you're All-Australian. Have you had any major injuries as per se? Hopefully, fingers not.
No, I've actually been really lucky. Like obviously you get sore every week, week in, week out, but no major injuries so far, which has been, very lucky. And I think, obviously that helps me with my journey so far, which has been great. But
What about rehab? Are they big on rehab in terms of when I say they big, in terms of your school footy, is it big on rehab or is it more that you manage it yourself? So we're looking at ice baths and these sorts of things. Understanding that going to that next level AFLW, it's going to be a lot of that. So what exposure have you had to that to look after your body?
Yeah, for sure. I think, sort of at local and school level, they don't emphasise it too much. They've got a really good school program now and I think they're definitely taking that a bit more seriously with, the new stuff that they've put in there. But I think definitely at Falcons is probably where I've learned that recovery is more important than you go through those academy programs with AFL and even big country and you do ice baths with the team and obviously you feel good after that, so you sort of take it in your own hands and lucky enough here got some pretty good facilities, so I've been lucky enough to get to the ice baths, do those compression boots as well, which I really love. Took a few friends to the compression boots a couple of days ago and they thought it was the weirdest feeling, but I think it definitely helps, I think, and obviously the main thing is sleep. It's very underrated, but I think that those sort of compression and recover, like ice stuff, definitely the 1%ers. But if you can get sleep right, that's probably the most important.
What about nutrition side of things?
I think that's definitely something I could get better at. I think just making sure you fuel enough because you train so much more than you probably expect. But trying to get my protein in and stuff like that. I think doing the basics right. So
absolutely.
When I get to the club, I'll definitely
and it's
dive
hard.
in a bit deeper.
It is hard to get the amount of food you actually need. And you're training and trying to keep eating and training and sleeping.
100%. And then you want to eat the right foods as well. Like,
training.
It's definitely, someone said it's like a full-time sort of thing. So, just managing that and
you got support through Falcons, GWS, or is that just something you've learned?
I think, as I sort of touched on before, you do so many education programs throughout the juniors, so you sort of learn off that. I think, at Falcons, they did one at the start of the year, so that sort of gives you a bit of a basis and then sort of your own thing, but I'm sure GWS will help me with that.
What's your favourite food during training? Do you have a routine?
Like in terms of after training.
After training, pre-training.
I love when I come back home and there's pasta on. That's probably my favourite dinner. But normally I've been doing protein smoothies after dinner. Just get that extra protein and also just really enjoyed them. So. No particular routine or anything. No, I have pretzels before every game. That's sort of
is that your superstition?
A little bit, and Gatorade. But apart from that,
pretzels
not
and
really.
Gatorade.
Yeah,
I was killer pythons.
Yeah,
really.
All 6 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Every flavour.
Yeah,
that's good.
Now, so talking about cooking. Talk to us about living arrangements. I'm assuming you're not living on the streets. So how does that look when you go back up there?
I'm not living on the streets of Sydney. That'll be character building in itself. But
absolutely.
No, living with teammates, which would be good.
Yep.
Actually draft night, they sorted out a house for me. They told me I know they know where I'm going to live. So
wow.
So new recruits.
New recruits.
Yep.
And one girl in the year above who got drafted last year as well. So. Yeah, should be good.
Look at Sydney.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
It's like 10 minutes away from the club, 10 minutes away from the city, sort of in between there. So, pretty good spot. And, lucky the club sorted that out for me.
It happened so fast, and I was just thinking this before. So, did you know it was GWS?
No, I actually didn't.
Yeah?
I definitely, rode the emotions of draft night. Sort of had a bit of an idea. Like, obviously, you talk to them a lot throughout the year. And, if you're talking to them more, probably... more signs that you're going to go with them. But I sort of got told 50-50 for GWS. So I had no idea. The first 3 picks of the draft I thought pretty clear, but then obviously pick 4. It was probably the first one that I was getting a bit more nervous for. Lucky enough that didn't have to wait too long, and that ended up being me at Giants. So
Well, they obviously knew because they had a house for her.
Yeah,
so they were all over it. All over
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
So who were the first 3 that went?
It was,
remember?
I do remember because you're friends with them, so it's a bit easier. Ash,
Who was number 1?
Ash Central was number 1, and then
Where did she go?
she went to Collingwood.
Yep.
Then Havana Harris was an academy to Gold Coast, and then Molly O'Hare was D's.
Yep.
So yeah,
And then you're number 4.
yeah, exactly.
Good.
Yeah.
Are the girls entrenched now? Those 3 girls you mentioned, are they entrenched in the clubs now? They've moved.
Well, Ash sort of has a house in Melbourne, so she's sort of just been in and out of the club, and then have lived in Gold Coast her whole life. So she's been part of the academy there, so she's very involved in that club. And then Molly's from WA, so she's doing the move as well as me. So she hasn't moved quite yet either. But similar boat, I guess. Yeah.
Now, been speaking to your parents? They mentioned the pre-draft, sort of the lead up to it, was like the Blindside movie. Does that sound about right? Where they just come out and put everything on the table?
Yeah, a little bit.
So some of the clubs came to your home?
Yeah.
So who came to your home and sat down and
Oh, I don't
had the
remember.
big check for you?
Yeah, it was a massive process. I think, probably most clubs, to be honest, came to my house.
Yep.
It was definitely not an intense process. I actually really liked it. I think it was a good experience doing those interviews for an hour, and then your parents were in some they weren't. Someone went out to cafes. Some went to the clubs. It was a bit of a different sort of approach depending on the club, but it was definitely a process that I'm very happy it's over, but also it was enjoyable.
So like a job interview?
That's what pretty much it was, I guess.
Trying to sell yourself, or were they trying to sell their product on you?
I think it was a bit of both, to be honest, because obviously they're picking you, but then they also want you to go to the club that you're happy with. So, it was a bit of both.
Any curly questions?
Someone asked me what type of cooking utensil I'd be. That was probably the weirdest.
I'd be a spatula. What would you be?
I'd be a steak knife.
Right. I actually think I said spatula.
What'd you say?
I think I just said spatula because I think I use that the most in the kitchen, but when they asked me for an explanation, I had absolutely none of it. So
First utensil that came to your head.
Spatula.
Yeah, pretty much. It actually probably was the first one that came to my head. No real thought process in it, but
Strange question.
I think they try and throw you off a little bit, but no, the process. I think you just get better. Every interview that you do, I think you sort of improve that skill set, and then the last few were pretty chill, to be honest.
And they're all pretty impressive. Which clubs came to your house?
Giants did.
Yeah.
I think Giants and Sydney were one after the other, so it was interesting. They both had digs at each other.
Wow.
So the rivalry's real, but those. Oh, who else came? Hawthorn. Who else? I don't remember now.
Cats come knocking?
Cats didn't come to the house, no.
Too far away.
Probably too far away. Oh, it's actually a blur now.
The main one came.
Main
They
one
were
came.
keen,
Exactly
Sara.
right.
They were keen.
Exactly right. But no, it's actually, it feels so long ago now, to be honest. But
That
So
is awesome.
in regards to the process Nick was talking about, so the interview processes and these sorts of things, it's a big year for you. It's a lot on your plate. What about from a football perspective in terms of them coming to watch you? Are you aware they're in the stands? And if you are, how do you deal with that mentally and just play footy?
Yeah, actually, I don't mind when they're in the stands, to be honest, because then you know it actually matters. And but I think I just play every game, obviously, as best as I can. And if they're watching, they're watching. But it didn't really feed into that too much. I think it is pretty daunting knowing that people are watching you at pretty much all times. But sort of just took that on my stride and just did what I could. Didn't read too much into it though. No.
It's a really good precursor though, isn't it, Nick? Because obviously when you're playing AFLW, camera's always on you.
Yeah.
Like it's a spotlight for you. So the fact that you actually do really enjoy that moment, I think sounds like it'll hold you really good stead going forward when the spotlight is on, and you'll thrive on that, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
Yeah, so it sounds really awesome. So what are you looking forward to? So in terms of moving, so that's in the next 2 to 3 weeks?
Yep.
Okay, and then he's just full on footy from there.
Yeah, I think so. Well, pre-season doesn't officially start, I think, till May. So, sort of have that period of obviously trying to, do my best in uni and sort of settle in and probably meet a few of the girls. But, not 100% sure what that time will hold, but, just sort of embrace it. And, I think settling to Sydney is probably the most important thing because, it's a big move moving into state,
And you're saying you're living with some teammates.
Yep.
And you said 10 minutes from the actual home of the Giants. You train where the AFL men's train?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Down at Olympic Park, I think it's called.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
still getting my
trying to find
Sydney
Navigator.
bearings. Yeah, but
What's
should
that
be good.
facility like?
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
The first time I actually saw it was the 2 weeks ago that I visited. But yeah, it's all on one level, which is pretty cool.
right.
Like I think that's pretty unique. So you pretty much walk out of the facilities and there's the oval. They're building a new swimming pool as well, which should be pretty cool. I think the timing worked out well. I think it's ready in about May. So when we officially start pre-season, which should be good.
Yep. And how long's the season go for?
I think it's 12 weeks now. They did that condensed period last year, which I think, was not the best, I think, in terms of an injury point of view and sort of that, overtraining, I guess. But, I think it's just a 12-week season, one game per week, which, should be pretty standard.
Good.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
Absolutely. You mentioned study. Just to chuck that in the mix as well. What are you studying? And I'm assuming it's part-time.
Part-time,
Yeah.
so I'll only do 2 subjects. I'm studying a double degree, commerce science at UNSW. So, that should be good just to have something outside of footy away from it. Obviously a big move in Sydney and I probably don't want to be consumed by footy and, having something outside is really important to me. And I think, as much as I don't like studying is actually not a bad thing to do. I've always wanted to go to uni. So, wasn't going to let that stop me, I guess.
Yeah.
Best of both worlds, Nick.
Absolutely.
Really, isn't
Mate,
it?
a smart kid.
Yeah.
Athletic. Going to Sydney away from the parents.
Academic.
Win-win-win.
Can cook, loves the spatula.
He loves the spatula.
She's all over it.
Can cook's a bit of a stretch. I think I'll have to learn a few.
Pasta every night. Might be a
Yeah.
good thing, Sarah.
100%.
Yeah. So goals, let's talk about footy. What are your goals for 2025 and beyond?
Yeah, I think, it's probably every draftee just to, debut as early as possible. But, first and foremost, get the respect of my teammates and, sort of meet all them and, become really immersed in the club culture and, sort of trying to fit myself in and whatever that looks like. So, round 1 obviously would be a great debut, but whenever that may come, would be a great opportunity for sure.
Good
And
stuff.
beyond?
Beyond.
2025? What do you got 200 games in you?
Hopefully just have, as long as career as possible. Do my best, as I've probably said before. But, hopefully a few premierships in there would be pretty nice. So, that's definitely the long-term goal. But, just trying to do my best as a first-year player.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if we shift the focus just to the study side of things too, if you could have them both working well together, what would that look like from a work perspective too?
Yeah, I haven't really looked too far in the future of what, the double degree might entail for, different job opportunities in the future. But I think, just keeping my options open. I think doing that double degree, probably hone in on one after that double degree is over. So sort of seeing which one I like the most, whether it be, commerce or like probably majoring in psych for the science one. So, sort of see what that holds. But probably something to do in AFL or just sport in general, to be honest. That would be pretty cool. I think,
So you could go
absolutely
down
love my
that sports psychology track.
I think so.
Yeah.
That could definitely be a possibility. I've sort of thought about probably in the last few weeks. But sort of see what I like because obviously uni is pretty different from school. So
And the AFL clubs have sports psychs involved, do they?
I think so.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure they do.
Be a great role.
100%. So
Absolutely.
sort of see what happens. But I think that's probably a fair while away if I'm studying part time. So
You never know.
chipping away at my uni. But
You never know. But the cool thing about that is you can implement some of these strategies that you may learn on game day, in training, all these sorts of things. You can actually get real-time feedback in terms of what's working for you, and then obviously down the track you can implement these things with other people too. So it's a really cool balance for you to be able to tap into, which is
100%.
great.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I love it so much. Just sort of the relatability as well. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. You'll miss your friends and family, no doubt.
Yeah, 100%.
Sure,
Yeah.
parents will be up on every flight.
Yeah, I'm sure they will be.
How they manage going from Newtown in the house to their daughter going to Sydney? Are they been an emotional wreck or are they pretty strong?
Not really, to be honest. Like we've talked about it a bit, but no tears actually so far, which is
wow. They're coming.
they're coming. No, I think they're just excited. I think wherever I was actually going to go, even if it was Geelong, I would have moved out of home. I just think, they both did at that age, and I thought that they thought that was the best thing for me to do. So, I think it's sort of a mutual agreement that I was going to move out, no matter what. So, Sydney's obviously a bigger move than what they probably expected from Melbourne, but at the same time, I think they're pretty happy it's not WA. So,
True. It's pretty easy to get from Avalon to Sydney. Pretty
Absolutely.
quickly these days.
100%. That's what we did a couple of weeks ago, and it was I think from door to door it was
Hour and a
just
half.
over 2 hours.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
not bad at all. Not bad
easy.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like driving to Warrnambool.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much. Just in via plane. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. You finish your coffee and you're there.
Yeah.
Now, just some advice for so we've got some young girls listening,
Yeah.
and they want to play AFLW as well. Have you got some advice for them?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but I
yeah.
just did.
I think just to sum it up in a few words, I think just take opportunity you can. Like I think, if you're closed-minded and that shuts a few doors, I think, just embrace it. I think, all the different teams, I think that's really put me in good stead. Like, I know coming into big country as a bottom major, it can be a bit daunting. Like, those older girls probably, are a bit more comfortable in that environment. But I just think embrace it and probably try and form those connections and relationships. I think the reason why I love footy so much, and I think I'm playing my best footy, is when I have fun and when you're doing it with your friends. I've met so many friends from footy. So I just think embrace all opportunities and give it your best go. Yeah.
Great. I'm going to throw you under the bus. Anyone you would like to thank for your career?
Oh yeah, I think it would be going on for ages. If I could list everyone, I think probably the most obvious is my parents. I think I wouldn't be here without them. Their support's been truly incredible. I think driving me from trainings or listening to the cries after the game when I haven't had a good one. And obviously that extends to my whole family with my grandparents and my sisters. They've just been great sports, whether it just be not talking about footy. And then that obviously extends to both my footy friends and school friends. They've been absolutely unreal, and
Awesome.
I wouldn't be able to do it without them. I think probably one is definitely Chantal Mason. She's been a great mentor for me.
She's at the Cats.
She's at the Cats. A year above me at school. Definitely been really close throughout the years, and I think she's just great to rely on and sort of see how the next level is. Have a little bit of a taste of what she's gone through this year, and definitely very excited to stay friends with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nick, we're proud of her.
Absolutely. Humble,
you.
athletic, great personality, good family. Tick all the boxes.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure Dave Matthews will look after you up there.
Oh, 100% no. Keen to move up to Sydney.
Absolutely.
Never lose a passion, Sarah. It sort of just explodes out of you, and that's why you play footy. So go and enjoy it. Like I said, we're really proud of you. Thanks so much for coming on and chatting to us. I know you've got a really busy schedule, but well done first and foremost. Happy birthday. Go Giants. Well done.
Go
Thank you. Go Giants.
Good stuff.